What is good, y'all? SGG Game, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Pittsburgh Pirates postseason video as we have the Cincinnati Reds down 2-0 to us. We are looking very strong. We're hitting our peak, and we're looking like a team that could go compete for it all. We're just 2 games away from being able to do that here. Now, I don't know if a sweep is in the future, but today we'll be getting through episodes 3 and 4 to go ahead and see how that plays out. So if you guys are ready and want to wish us some luck here, hit a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys are thinking of the series, man. So we're wrapping this one up, coming to an end, so there'll be much more football-oriented content here as we go to continue into these fall, winter months. A lot more Madden for sure, and as much NCAA as you guys want to see. If you guys want me to bring that game back here, right now we're just doing Madden and MLB to show. But let me know if you guys want more college football to come back on the channel or other games in general. Dragon Ball Z just dropped. There's a couple other games that I thought I saw Until Dawn actually just dropped a remaster. So if you guys want to see some Halloween spooky scary games here on the channel, let your boy know. But enough of all that, man. We can let that be talked about in the comment section and community tab. Today we have Mitch Keller on the mound trying to stop our team from winning game 3 here. As in his first start, 6 2/3 innings of work. Not too bad at all. But we're looking to get our offense going here today. Is our offense has been pretty quiet throughout, honestly, the entire postseason in the last couple games of the season. We've kind of quieted down, much like we did last year. Kind of went through like a little slump. Went through that slump a little bit later than we did this time around. We started to actually fix it right before the postseason, and we just haven't seen the offense come back to life yet. We've seen the pitching staff be able to hold up well. But so far, the offense is still kind of playing a little bit light here. As you can see, a ground ball to go to get the game started off by Pete as he's able to get thrown out. Brian Reynolds in 2 pitches pops this one into center field shallowly, as that'll be an easy grab there for out number 2. And then Anthony Santander, who has been struggling this postseason, only batting 115 at the box in a 1-1 count here. We're just lined this one into the outfield, actually getting us a base hit, something we haven't seen him do but like 2 times, I think, in this whole series. And Julian Cortez with the same exact average, batting 115 as well. Kind of similar results to Anthony Santander, but not in this case, as that's deeply flied out to right and caught just ahead of the warning track. And that'll end us there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the mound for us, we have Jared Jones, who also went pretty short in his first start. Only 5 in the 3rd innings, only gave it 1 earned run. A .75 whip, though, with the amount of strikeouts that he was able to have. Pretty strong outing for him, and now we're looking for him to kind of quiet this offense down, which we've seen this offense kind of struggles against righties. And that's something I've been trying to focus on too, because it helps me out with building out what relievers could possibly come up in certain games. Which arm, right or left, are they struggling with the most? So in this game or this series, expect the righty relievers to be the most important ones for us. And I think we have 2 that are long relievers, but we do have also Jonathan Loaiza, Lucas Sims, Jose Leclerc, them 3 here to back us up, as Jared Jones is kind of making this offense look a little bit serious here. As Suzuki swings and misses through that slider down on the way. This is the Jared Jones that I was hoping to get more of. While he was down in the minor league system, he was striking out a lot of batters. And there he goes here in the first inning, getting 2 out of the 3 batters to go down on strikes, 1 swinging, 1 looking. As we go top of the 2nd here, O'Neal Cruz continuing his hot bat this postseason, looking like the best one out of the middle of our rotation or our lineup right now, getting another base hit up the middle to go ahead and get on. Leading to Pete Alonso, actually having a runner in front of him this time. He's batting 154, so slightly better than Cortez and Santander, surprisingly. Even though I really struggle to hit with Pete Alonso, for whatever reason, they just love throwing him low and away, and I just chase it every single time. I just cannot lay off. But here, being way more patient, 3-1 count. They're going to go for the low 4-seamer in on the knees. And as a base hit and a walk to start off the 2nd inning, leading to Brian Hayes, who is batting 375 this postseason, looking like a strong contender for postseason MVP. He gets a liner right over the shortstop. I thought that one, the angle, might have been going right in front of the center fielder for possibly scoring O'Neal Cruz from 2nd. But unfortunately, it'll be the first out of the inning instead. Tamar Johnson, he chops this one on the ground. It'll go up the middle for a base hit. We're definitely sending O'Neal Cruz home on this one. They're going to throw to 3rd because Pete Alonso's going over there, and that's an easy throw and catch. They're able to tag him out at 3rd. I honestly thought they'd be more focused at the plate, but TJ Friedel, smart play there, able to go throw over to 3rd and not try to get the runner at home base. Gets them their 2nd out, so instead of runners at 1st and 2nd with only 1, we just have Johnson at 1st, 2 outs. And Davis trying to extend this inning if at all possible here, as we already got one down here in the inning. Chop this one on the ground. That's going down the third base line. That's going to be a base hit here. Johnson thought about going to third. This time we're going to be smart, though, and back him up. We're going back to the top of our lineup now. Still runners at first and second. 0-2 count to Pete Armstrong as he tries to work his way back into this favorable count here. Mitch Keller, high pitch count already, closing in on 30 pitches. As here actually will be pitch 30 on the even 2-2. Four-seamer on the edge. This one's popped out to left field. It will be gloved in there by the left fielder. Was just hoping it would drop in front of him, but not the case this time around. And then back to our offense. Reynolds here in the third inning. That is a long drive deep to center field. Can we get a homer? Yes, we will. Solo shot to center field all the way up there on the grass. 438 feet, his fourth of the postseason. Now, Reynolds has always looked like a strong candidate this season, more so than others, but has been a very good number 2 hitter for us. And here gets us our number 2 run of the game, as we're now going to be up 2-0 thanks to that solo shot. Just look at chest height, 107 on the exit velo, so that thing got out of here quickly. Look, that's actually over the grass. That almost hit the glass out there in center field. The pitcher knew, the catcher knew, the center fielder knew. I think just about everybody knew that ball was gone. And now we have a 76% chance of winning this game, especially with the way the pitching has been done. I wouldn't even say I disagree with that. But Santander looking to try to keep this inning going, as we still have no outs here. So we can still blow this inning over even more. As you can see, a lot more patience here, trying to get those pitch counts up. One of the things that I've been working on here in this postseason is we get a liner out to right field, and that'll be gloved in at the warning track. The one thing I really try to work on this postseason is working these pitch counts, getting the starters out early, getting to the bullpen, or at least getting them tired to where we can jump on them in a big inning, get a bunch of runs in, and maybe even keep jumping on the bullpen if they bring somebody weak in. But after a strikeout there from Julian Cortez, O'Neal will hit this one to center field, going near the right center gap, and that'll be gone too as well. Not as deep as Reynolds, but this second home run of the postseason. O'Neal Cruz getting a hold of the inside pitch, taking it to the right center field. About a couple of rows back for a nice little souvenir for the division rival Reds. That looks like a Reds elbow sleeve. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. What kind of colors you got on, gang? But solo home run there to get us back up now 3-0. In a lot of our games, 3 runs could just about do it. I think there's only been one game where we've given up 3 or more. And that's in the entire postseason. That's not even just in this, the first 2 games. That's in the whole postseason. We've only given up 3 or more runs, I think, one time. So this could very well be all that we need here. And the one person that actually was pitching when that happened, surprising enough, was Jared Jones. Now, the runs didn't go towards him. As you saw, his ERA was low. It was more so the bullpen after him. But he was struggling in that start, only able to go 5 1/3 instead of going deeper into the games like we've had May, Cortez Jr., and Skeens go through. But here today, he's looking kind of strong. I mean, he's got a 3-0 lead now. He does have a runner at first base, but we're in the bottom part of the order here, so this is where he can really go ahead and get out of things. 0-2 count to Stevenson. Swings and misses at the slider. Low and away. Matt McClain. He's got a 2-0 count. He's going to line this one foul. As the pitch count much lower on Jared Jones' side. Just now reaching 30 pitches here in the bottom of the third. That one's going to be a base hit out into left field. Reynolds going to come up firing to third base. The throw will be slightly late. And we actually have a dangerous situation here now. Runners at second and third. 2 in scoring position for the top of the lineup. TJ Friedel. There's nobody at first base, so no double play is going to save you here. Trying to utilize the fast pitches to start out with. Sinker low that he just learned this season. Four-seamer upstairs. Back-to-back, seeing that it's going to work, so let's go and change the eye level. Come back down at the knees. Good odds that was way too far, so I don't even know if that one kissed the strike zone even for a second. And unfortunately, after going up 1-2, comes right back with 3 straight balls, 2 inside, 1 outside, and Friedel's going to walk over. But at least it puts the double play back in perspective here for us, as Suzuki will come up next. And the first pitch he sees, four-seamer going out to deep center field. Armstrong's going to have to get this one and throw in. The throw is actually going to go towards third base to this time keep the runner in. They're not being as aggressive as we were with Alonso, so respect to them. They're going to take their 1 run, keep things going with Spencer Steer, top in the league in home runs. So if you want anybody up right now, if you're the Reds, it is him. And Jared Jones just needs to get one out of any kind and we'll be good to go here. Chasing the slider away. That's a strikeout. Had to get quiet there for a second. That was a high-intensity pitch, though. But we're able to go ahead and walk out of that third inning, only giving up one to kind of stop the bleeding. And then Jared Jones gets right back to Jared Jones activity, getting a strikeout here to start the fourth. Shane Ramusin, 1-2, swings at the four-seamer upstairs. And then right after Christian Morel, 0-1. We'll just pop this one up to Johnson. Going right back into right field, and he will glove that in for a clean fourth inning for us. As he's looking much better here this game. We'll see if we can get a similar type of start here. This was popped up to the catcher, able to make the play himself. Good play on the ball there. Henry Davis very aware of the situation. Then Stevenson continues the strikeout train as he'll go down swinging. And then Matt McClain, first pitch he sees here as we're nearing 60 pitches. Another pop up to the catcher, getting him busy and off them knees. No diddy. As we go ahead and get through 5 strong innings. Jumping ahead here to the 8th. They've gone to their bullpen. Brown and Jackson Jobis, he's been shutting down our offense here. Lades as Cortez gets a ball off the mound there, off his glove. Able to actually beat out an infield hit for once with his Prince Fielder-like speed. I don't know how he did it, but he'll get something on here for O'Neal Cruz, who had that upstairs curveball that he let slide. That's even better vision for me. A lot of those upstairs pitches, even though they're strikes, have not been resulting in hits for us, so we got to let those go and hope for something a little bit lower like this slider. That's going to go right to a glove anyway. Probably should let that one go too. It's so hard to let those go when you know they're strikes and, you can only take so many of them, but you got to start letting those go at least until it's 2 strikes, and then at that point you just kind of got to throw your hands in the air and be like, there's nothing else I can do. But Alonso here with a full count will work his second walk of the ball game here, putting runners at first and second again, much like his first walk. And then Brian Hayes, who has 1 hit on the day, looking for his second here that could give us a 4th run. As Job has now thrown 22 pitches in this inning, 11 balls, 11 strikes. I told you we're being way more patient this time around. Already up to 36 pitches here. And we're working a 3-1 count with Tamar Johnson batting .600 with runners in scoring position this postseason. Already has a single and an RBI here tonight, so bases loaded for him would be a very good situation. He's going to get a fly ball out to center field, and that one will be gloved in. So through 8, we still have a 3-1 lead here. They're actually going to go ahead and call us out and say that the rain is coming in too heavily, so we're going to go on a little rain delay here. This time it'll be about 30 minutes, and last time, you remember, we kept our pitcher out there, and it drained all of his energy, even though I would think a rain delay would do nothing but give you back energy. It is what it is. So this time we're going to go to our bullpen, noticing that, like I said, they are all weaker against our righties. And our righties are having stronger inputs here. That means our options here are Jonathan Loizaga and Lucas Sims. I'm going to go with Loizaga here in this spot, being up 2, and keep Sims just in case things get out of hand. But go with the weaker of the 2 first. And I say weaker objectively, of course, it's just who's, pitching the best. So we're looking for Loizaga here to go ahead and handle this 8th inning for us. So we can try to get somebody in the 9th. Trying to decide, do I want to stick with our closer or do I want to stick with the right-handed that's been working and let Jose Leclerc come in and finish this out? That's why I wanted to not use him in this situation just in case I decide to stick righty. But Ryan Noda, 7, 8, 9 due up here as we get the strikeout on the low and away there. So he'll have to go in and walk his way back. Stevenson up next with the 1-1 count. He will ground this on the ground to Cruz. Easy play over to first as we got him. And then Matt McClain up in the count 2-0. He'll chop this on the ground as well. Johnson, similar easy play as he makes this one look routine. And that's 8 strong innings. We are down to the final 3 outs of the game. Can we go up in the series 3-0 and make the next game a elimination game for Cincinnati in front of their home fans? What a better way than to eliminate a division rival than in front of their home family, their home cooking. They don't even get the chance to celebrate. Look at everybody looking sad behind the plate as we get a 1-2-3 strikeout there on TJ Friedel, getting him up out of here. And then Suzuki, the toughest part of the lineup here, happened to go against the top part. Although I love their 1-2 here. They have not been hitting very well through the first 2 games. 1-1. Getting the sinker in on the hands for the 1-2. Fouling off yet another slurve. Trying to get him to drop some of these out the way. And we get the sinker there on the strikeout too as well. Suzuki will go sit down. And now it's the last final boss. Spencer Steer. The home run champ. At least the top in the division or top in the league, I should say, National League in home runs. He's 0 for 3 today. Thankfully, we've kept everything kind of away from him. He hasn't had a chance to get on top of one. And there's one that he gets on top of to Cruz. And we get him out at first base. And that is a 3-0 lead for your Pittsburgh Pirates. Somehow able to go ahead and come away with the victory here. I will take it. We're not only looking next time to go ahead and win game 4, but we're looking at a series sweep, you guys. This could be a chance to go ahead and walk out of here with another series sweep. No losses in the postseason up to this point. Can we complete it here and get to the World Series? Great games by, I almost called him John Jones, but great game there by Jared Jones. 7 innings, 2 hits, 14 strikeouts, and a walk there for Mitch Kelly. 5 innings, 4 strikeouts, 7 hits given up. 8 hits as a team, so that means after he left, we only got 1 more hit for the rest of the game. But O'Neill and Reynolds both getting home runs. Johnson getting his second RBI, 2 as well. And then the Wiseman getting those 2 innings to clutch for their force with 3 more Ks. Cannot believe we got 14 strikeouts with Jared Jones. He was on a masterful performance there at the end before that rain delay took him out. That's why I was so sad when that came up. I was going to let him go for the complete game, low key. He had him all off balance all game, but it leads us here to game 4 of the National League Championship Series. Once again in Cincinnati, and this is an elimination game. So how it would work from here, obviously, every game after this would be elimination for the Reds if they lose or if we win. Oh, I said the same thing twice. As you see there, the if necessaries. If we end up losing this game somehow, every game after this would be an elimination game for Cincinnati. So they're in elimination territory from here on out. If they want a chance to win it, they're bringing Michael King on for his first postseason start here. Pretty shaky regular season, and we'll have to see if shaky holds up against this offense, as there will only be 1 game episodes is what I was alluding to here from here on out. If we lose this game, game 5 will be by itself, game 6 will be by itself, and game 7 will be by itself, obviously, because they will all be elimination games. So last 2-game series or 2-game episode of the National League Championship Series is underway as Pete Crow Armstrong being patient here. Like I said, we're working on getting a good slurve there over the chest, and that'll be right to the center fielder, though. Good contact, good hard wood on it. Just not much room to go to make anything happen. And then Reynolds, first pitch that he sees will be upstairs as well. Circle change, looping this one away from the outfielder, going back in the corner, and that'll be up against the wall. 1 out double here from Brian Reynolds. No homer this time, but we will take the double instead. Santander, can we get our early run here just like we did last game? I would muchly appreciate it, my boy. 1-2. As they throw that one back to the backstop, that'll get back there cleanly and die up there in the dirt. Move up to third base. We have a full count now with our boy Anthony. Will they just choose to go down and walk him? They're going to put it over the plate here. It's a sinker. That'll get down for a base hit. Reynolds will score with these. And it's an RBI base hit there for Anthony Santander, getting us on the board early. Cortez Jr., who upped his average not Cortez Jr., but Cortez, who upped his average just slightly last time out. Or was it 115 or 151? I think it was 115, so upped it slightly. But this time it's going right back down as he swings through that sinker right at about chest level. First pitch, Cruz sees, though, right behind him. He's going to get a base hit and continue this inning, though. With 2 outs, we got a little bit of a rally. Started back up again. The golden run total here, I'd say, is about 3. If we can get 3 more runs here, I will be happy. Pete Alonso swinging through that slurve. I told y'all they love breaking those balls away from him, low and away at the knees, but putting it in a position where that looks crushable. But look at that, just early, he just doesn't know how to make contact with him. He goes with another one this time up, topping out of the zone. Easy strikeout with just 3 pitches. And we're going back to our ace to close this one out, man. We're not going with the 5-man rotation here. We're going to go ahead and let Dustin May get this one because there is a huge break between the NLCS and the World Series if we win. So if we can win today, he will get a massive break and still be able to pitch game 1 of the World Series. That's what we're hoping for here. Go ahead and close this thing out as quickly as possible, not even leave it up to chance, because I thought about letting Johan Oviedo get 1 game in, or maybe making it a bullpen game, letting Jordan Hicks do it. But let's go ahead and just close this out as quickly as possible, as Mays actually will go ahead and give up a base hit into the outfield. Didn't even want to leave it up to chance. What we might have happen here, Suzuki chops this one on the ground as well. Not able to make a play on the ball there, though, at first. Popped up. Johnson behind second. That's a little bit late of a leadoff. Okay, he's going to go ahead and get back. I was about to say we better be on first ready for it. That is the one thing I will say I don't like about this year's game. I don't know how long it's been a thing, but they don't really stay at first base anymore. I know it's as we get the strikeout there, good job. But I know it's pretty rare to actually throw somebody out at first base. But I actually have done it before in an MLB game. I remember it used to be one of my favorite things to try to do as we get that throw down. He's going to be in there safe. But it used to be one of my favorite things to do. A hard hit, liner out into the outfield, especially the right field. And I would try to throw the runner out as they get a base hit actually in the outfield. They're going to get an extra base hit here as we go down, take a pause from down memory lane really quick as they actually tied the ball game up here. Elly De La Cruz scoring the runner across there from second base on the double. A little bit of a bad angle there from Reynolds, but I think he probably would have scored and been in second regardless. And Shane Ramusa here with the runner in scoring position. Cruz is going to take off for third base. Throw down by Davis, and they got him at third base. So gets the RBI double, but also ends up ending their rally by trying to be a little too greedy and go for third. And but yeah, especially on a hard hit ball to right field, I would love to try to throw out the runner at first base. And I have gotten that to work a couple times where I've thrown out the runner at first on balls like that for the slower players. But now it just seems like they don't even cover the bag. I've had it happen a couple times in this game where I could have thrown a runner out at first base and the first baseman's not even covering the bag. Like he's all the way off. Like if he had been standing on it ready to catch the ball, we would have been able to throw the runner out at first. But they don't go stand on the bag for whatever reason. I don't know why they stopped doing it. I don't know if that's maybe y'all can let me know down below. Is that like a rule now that you can't do that? Like you have to just give up the base hit? That seems like a counterproductive rule to just give up hits. But maybe it's something I don't know about or a reason why they don't do that anymore. Let me know down below if you guys have ever done it, thrown out a runner at first base or tried it. It actually used to be pretty fun. Like I said, I really did it a lot and something I would always look for. You did not have a guaranteed base hit with me. I was throwing that thing and slinging that pillow over the first. Now here in the second, though, with our lead that we had now taken away, it's back tied 1-1. Runner over at first base. Pete Alonso's going to get one up by the chest, lining this one to right center field, going way back at the wall, and it is gone. 2-run home run here for Pete Crow. 4th of the postseason, trying to try and keep up with Brian Reynolds. I told y'all we love home run competitions over here in Pittsburgh. We're going to get our home runs. We're going to get our runs. As that one's only 376 as far as the feed and distance, but a straight rocket lined out of the park. But somebody that used to not have contact is showing up a lot of power here, especially the month of September and October. The power out of his bat has really increased. Honestly, I think it's deserving of a boost to his power, but y'all let me know down below. Like, do we need to boost up the power a little bit? I feel like he's deserving of it if it's not automatically going to come to his stats. That one kind of barely tucked over the wall, though. That could have easily been a double had the wind been like pushing back just a little bit more. But now we have our lead right back. It's 3-1 here. In the second, can Reynolds keep this 2-out rally going as he chases that one upstairs? He's trying to get him a home run too as well. He saw nothing but pay dirt out there in center field again. As we get one up by the chest, it's a slurve, but that one will be shallow into left. They're gonna make the play. Sticking with our bats here as we jump ahead to the 5th inning here. Both Michael and Dustin are both kind of quieted down here now, calm things down in the game. As it is still 3-1 here. Trying to see if our bats can get back going again. I love to see the offense is turning up again. So we've been cold pretty much most of this postseason. So to see them turning back up and actually getting regular. So when I say cold, I don't mean cold as in like, we're not scoring runs because we definitely are to win. But most of them have been off home runs, solo home runs. At that, like not really getting guys on, not walking, not scoring guys around on doubles and singles, mostly just long balls. As we get a strikeout there from Pete. We do have a runner at first base though. Reynolds with a great chance. There goes a liner down the opposite field line. That's going to get down in the gap, much like his double that he hit last game. Or actually, no, that was earlier this game. My fault. That was actually what we scored on first. This time it moves runners to second and third. Puts us in a great position to score 2 here off Michael. So we got just a line rope slice down the line. They're actually going to go to their bullpen here now. So the red skipper is going to come out. Going to call it a day for Michael King in his first postseason starting. And it's not what you probably would have liked to have seen. As really what, it was only 4 to 3rd innings of work here. Gave up 3 with the potential for 2 more on the hook there at second and third. So they'll be up to Graham Ashcroft. He has not played this postseason yet either, but 143 innings pitched in the regular season. A 5.6 ERA. I'm not exactly sure why you'd want to bring him in right now, but hey, Anything that helps us, I'm fine with. And the first person he's going to have to face is a power bat here too, Anthony Santander, who's already 1 for 1 on the day. Cutter, slider, sinker. So we can expect to see here. Most of his pitches have been low and away. There goes in an away sinker. Here's this one's going to go ahead and get down out there in the outfield. We're going to go ahead and bring the runner across to the plate. The throw will come in and not be in time. Had to hold up just in case that was caught. So the late jumps, but thankfully we had speed there at third and second. Putting runners at the corners here. Still only 1 away. Can Julian Cortez do something here? 0 for 2 on the game. Gets a slider up on the hip, but he's going to go ahead and ground this one over to Cruz, who makes the double play himself. 6-3. 87% chance of victory here as we are in the bottom of the 6th. May is still in here. 72 pitches through, so we'll have to see how deep in today's game we're going to let him go. Of course, he's just facing the bottom of the order here, so we should be able to clean this up. Pretty easy sinker there for the strikeout for out number 1. TJ Friedel coming up right after him, chopping the slurve on the ground. And the pitches have really not been as consistent as we've wanted them. I was just about to say the control has not been as perfect as it was his first outing, and you can see it right there why. That is a solo home run out there into right field. TJ Friedel, second of the postseason, and it gives the Reds a little bit of hope and a little bit of life. As you can see, the fans are going crazy to finally see their offense get a little bit of runs here. It is now 4-2 Cincinnati. Now Spencer Steer's gonna have to come up here, and Suzuki's actually up here as Steer's in the on deck circles. We put Suzuki in an immediate 3-0 count right after the home run. Get back-to-back strike calls there to fill it back up 3-2. A walk here would not be the best thing after a home run, but unfortunately it's what we're gonna get anyway, as he's able to go ahead and hold back on that slurve on the outside. And with Spencer Steer coming up, I'm gonna go ahead and make the move here. Instead of just going to put him in, I'm gonna get a mound visit to make sure he's as ready as possible. But Lucas Sims has been getting up and ready just in case. So we're going to go ahead and go with our strong righty here. Once again, the righties have been doing the best in the series. So we're going to bring him in here. Bring out our skipper here. As we're going to go ahead and get things set up for our bullpen to go ahead and take over this game. And put us in a position to hopefully be able to get this dub. And here he comes, man. Lucas Sims, 1 game, 3 innings of work so far in the postseason. We definitely, stretched him out in the 1 game that we let him go ahead and play into. And here today, we can use a similar type of work here. If he can get us the 6th and 7th here, as we got a long fly ball at the Santander and rights. We'll go ahead and glove that one in, though, just ahead of the warning track. Keep the runner over at first. But gives about an inning and 2/3 of work here, if you don't mind. Maybe even the 8th. We'll have to see how it goes. But we do have Jose Leclerc over there ready to go if we need to. Chopper on the ground of Johnson as we go to make that play over the first. Going to get through that 6th inning of work pretty cleanly. Come back out here for the 7th, and Lucas Sims is just dealing another strikeout there as he's going for a clean postseason run here. 2 strikes here to Morel, and he gets 2 strikeouts on the inning. I'm always pre-existing these notions as Ryan Noda right after him swings and misses that 4-seamer right down the middle. 1, 2, 3 strikeout inning. So we're going to jump here to the top of the 8th now. Looks like our rotation is back calm yet again. So we're going to look to get these last 6 outs of what could be the NLCS here if we're able to go ahead and get a dub. Santander getting nothing but good pitches to watch here. 3-2, all of them inside. Then gets called strike on that cutter. Beautifully placed down at the bottom of the zone. I did not think he was going to call that, but I guess you got to swing at anything close. I forgot my own rule when it comes to 2 strikes. I guess that's one of those Cardinal rules. I guess it ain't really mine, but still, Cortez swings at anything close too, as well as he pulls this one into right center field, and that is gone. Finally, Julian Cortez's first home run of the postseason. Shoot, you would have failed to think that he is actually the team leader in back-to-back seasons in home runs. Back-to-back years of 30 home runs in the regular season to only hit his first one here. What? So where are we at? 5, 6, 7 games into the postseason? Finally getting a cutter in on the hand, swinging at it inside, and we deserve to watch him swing the sword for that one because we have been waiting for him to go long. He's been getting a bunch of really good pitches, just getting underneath him or on top of him. This one he takes way out of the stadium and gives us a little bit of an extra lead there. As we go to jump here to the 8th, Jose Leclerc is going to come in. We're going to look to see if we can get the similar production that we got from Sims out of him as we get that strike down low. The sliders are just beautiful pitches to work. They don't only just work on Pete Alonso. They work on the CPU too as well. As we get a little chopper though to Tyler Stevenson, actually able to make contact with one. lining a base hit out there to right center field. Still got a long ways to go before that time run at least reach the plate here, but Matt McClain swinging through the two-seamer down low. Gets it to a quick 0-2 count. Gonna go ahead and watch that one inside. Swinging over the top of the circle change. That's an out here in the 8th inning. 5 more to go. Red season in the balance. None of the fans are up. We see a couple out their seats, but for the most part, I mean, everybody sitting down, patiently waiting as that ball's going to get away from Davis. Throw down to second base. Will be in time, and they got him. I low-key thought we might have been slightly behind, but Henry Davis able to block it good, get out of his stance, throw down. Look at the tag by Johnson to just barely nail that hand right before getting in. Look at another angle here. Let's see if they slow it down. Not really too much there. It still looked like he got in there before the tag, but hey, we'll take it. Full count here now, 3-2 as TJ Friedel will work another walk there. Going on his way over to first. He's having a pretty good game here today, although it might be in vain. As Suzuki, though, lines a base hit out to Santander in the outfield, and they got runners at first and second, and now that tying run happens to be Spencer Steer. Mr. Power himself. This is exactly probably what the Reds want. Now you see the fans are standing up as they know one swing can tie this game very quickly. Leclerc needs to make something happen here. 1-1. Chopper on the ground. Cruz is going to have to make the play. He stops and throws over to first base, and they got him. Working their way out of the dangerous situation, leading into the rookie Alexis Santos, who is 3 for 4 this postseason. He has blown one, and this offense does do better against lefties. We're going to go ahead and trust him to close out this game with a 3-run lead. Rest Leclerc, not let him have to OD it here today in case we do need him to OD it in the next series, as they are 3 outs away from going to a World Series here with a liner over to Brian Hayes making the play. The other Cruz probably the last man we needed to worry about here, as it should get easier here as we continue to go down the lineup. Shane Ramusin is no slouch either. So we're going to kind of pitch him a little bit carefully here. 1-1 popped up into foul territory going way back, and that'll go ahead and go into the seats here. 1-2 now. Popping this one up to Crow, who will come in and range. Grabbed that with ease, and they're down to their final out in the game. Christopher Morel is their last hope. Everybody back into their seats. Nobody standing up. Everybody looks defeated. We don't even have the 2 random bystanders standing up anymore. Everybody looks sad. Everybody's quiet. Nobody's clapping. Nobody's cheering. We've taken all hope and will out of their power. It is a 1-2 count. Alexi gets the call, strike 3. Four-seamer up in the top right corner. He got called looking in the postseason. That cannot happen. You got to at least go down swinging. At least I would think. There's no way you go down looking. And your 2027 National League champs will be the Pittsburgh Pirates. We have officially, I wouldn't say the mission is fully complete, but we have rebuilt this team from one of the worst in the league. Starting this out in the year 2024, 2023, to now in 2027, being on the mountaintop of the National League. We are the best team in the National League, undisputed. You can't say anything about it. We have the pennant, and we'll be playing against, well, I guess we'll see who we'll be playing against here in the World Series coming up. I don't even know who has home field advantage or not through it either. Is it the NL or AL? I cannot remember who won the All-Star game this year off the top of my head. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that too when we get back. But Dustin May, 5 1/3, 8 Ks, 3 walks. So, I mean, a rocky start for him. But the offense finally woke up. 11 hits as a squad. 2 hits from Reynolds, Santander, Davis. Got 3 of them. Cortez even chipped in with a hit, as well as Alonso and Cruz. Armstrong's 4th home run. Cortez's 1st, his 3rd RBI. Santander's up to 4. Armstrong's up to 8. Lucas Sims an inning and 2/3, 3 strikeouts out of the 5 batters he faced. Leclerc gave up 2 hits and a strikeout and a walk. Santos' 4th save. Now it's a complete pitching effort all the way throughout. A complete batting effort all the way throughout. No errors either. A clean defensive game. And it looks like we still don't know who will be playing, as the Red Sox and Rangers are both still taking each other on in the American League Championship Series. So as you can see over there, they are at 2-1 right now. The 2-seeded Texans versus the 4-seeded Red Sox, as we went ahead and took care of the 6-seeded there Reds. Looks like they're over there 2-1. So next time out, you guys won't know what game we'll be watching, but we'll be watching one of their elimination games, which with plenty of time, as you can see there between the World Series, I can actually move this lineup around and put Dustin May now at 2 so that he start off. Cortez 3, Paul 4, and Jared number 1. Right now, I want to look at the awards. Henry Davis is leading the team for postseason MVP, batting .367, 4 homers, 9 RBIs. Reynolds with 4 home runs as well, slightly lower average, and then Brian Hayes too. But that'll be where we end things off, man. Next time out, we will start the episode off with a little bit of a highlight reel for the Boston and Texas series to see who wins that one. Boston's up right now 2-1. Both teams, I think, finished with the same exact record that we did. So Boston, although being the wild card, had the same record as the Yankees and the Rangers. So as you can see, so we ended up being the 3 seed on our side, and we're the same record as the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds over on the American League side. So it should be an even World Series no matter who gets in there. We took care of all the tough teams, as the Dodgers and Braves were the only teams to get over 100 wins over there on either side, really. So be a pretty even game no matter who we play, but it'll be interesting to see who wins that. So I hope you guys are ready for that. I know you guys missed the highlight style games, and this is an important series. We've got to see who's going to be playing against us. So we'll go ahead and take that into the beginning. We'll watch games 1 and 2, just like we did in this series, and that'll be how things get kicked off. So if you guys are ready for the next episode, hit the video with a like, comment, and subscribe on your way out of the video. Thank you guys so much for the love and support that you guys show to the series. And it's been your boy, SGG, aka the King of Games, aka SmooveGotGame. And I will catch you guys in the next episode, man. GM Smooth might be almost ready to go and retire the Pirates hat. Catch you guys in the next episode. I'm gone. Later.